Hello and welcome back to the Common Colt Podcast. The Colts Podcast is real takes and no clickbait. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler. What's up, Dan?
Not too much. We are 24 hours removed from the Colts game, and we gave some kind of instant reactions right after the bat yesterday. But today, we want to look a little bit behind some of the stuff. We want to kind of see maybe a little things that we can project, maybe our trends or what's kind of going on. So we got some stuff we want to talk about here. Josh, and just kind of curious, at 24 hours, have you changed your opinion about this game at all? Do you have different thoughts?
I'm still feeling good, man. I'm still feeling optimistic. I went back, I watched some all 22 stuff. I read, we looked at the snap counts, we looked at passing charts from Richardson. Going to get into all that stuff. How are you feeling?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I think even more positive stuff's coming about Richardson. We'll start there because that's kind of where everybody wants to start with, is the quarterback. It looked like Shane Steichen was very specific about wanting to give him simple reads to make, not get back there, get complicated. Looks like most of his passes were to the right side of the field. Very few of them on the left side. Very few were deep shots. It seemed like maybe they might have had some play calls in there to go deep, but the way the Jags were playing kept it real simple. That's what we said that Steichen needed to do for AR, and that's what he did. And again, kind of my view about this, 75% of the game, I think they were right on the target. They did really well. 25% when they had to throw, when they were making some decisions they need to get better at. But overall, when you look at this stuff, I was still encouraged.
Yeah, when you look at the passing chart, and I'll pop it up on the screen now, Anthony Richardson completed right around 3 passes from the left hash out. And everything else, it was a one half of the field read type of offense. And a lot of people are kind of comparing this to what the Eagles did with Jalen Hurts kind of early in his career. And we know that Shane Steichen had that resume of developing young quarterbacks. So he's worked with Herbert. He's worked with, obviously, Jalen Hurts. To me, when I see that, it makes me feel like, okay, this is a good fit. He's not putting too much on the guy's shoulders. And it's not like they're just slamming read options every play either. I mean, he threw it often in the game, and lots of pistol formations. So I would expect the next steps, Anthony Richardson, as we watch him later in the season, for them to spread that out a little bit more full field reads. Might see more turnovers, but that's a perfect way to get a rookie quarterback who was a bit of an inexperienced prospect, just acclimated to the league. And one play he had made that I think everybody's probably seen by now. Free blitzer coming in. He recognizes that immediately, throws a nice whipping sidearm pass to Josh Downs on a quick slant inside. I mean, good next level stuff. This guy's not just playing football. I mean, he's actually a quarterback, which is nice.
Yeah, I think some of the people are commenting, and we agree with it. The knock on him coming out was he was raw, wasn't poised, didn't have enough snaps. Well, if that's the case, then man, the sky's the limit for this guy, because he looks way beyond even his years. You look at all the rookie quarterbacks, you even look at some of the second-year guys, and yesterday was a disaster for a lot of quarterbacks. I never once was worried about Anthony Richardson getting happy feet, getting nervous back there. Like you said, picking up that blitz, that's huge, because that's what defenses are going to want to do with a young quarterback. They're going to want to put pressure. And if he can hit that quick, hot read, if him and the receivers can be on the same page, they're going to back away from that. And then, again, helps in his development. So, he's not there yet. Shane's not there yet. But for first weeks and where we hope they go, I was even more encouraged 24 hours after that, and that's a good sign.
I think as fans, like we want to see, and they didn't throw the ball downfield. I don't think there's a pass under 20 yards. And as fans, we want to see that 40-yard bomb to Alec Pierce, which is a 50-50 ball, and it displays the arm talent. But the bigger deal is that blitz, hit downs on the side, recognizing that stuff. Is he immediately taking his eyes downfield and looking to run? So encouraging stuff. Yes, he's still got a long way to go, and he's a rookie. But I'm still optimistic after the emotions have kind of subdued. Another thing I thought was interesting offensively, maybe on a more negative side of things, but we got to shoot it straight. Alec Pierce, I was kind of expecting big things from him this year. I know it's just one game, but he had the drop of the preseason. There was a ball towards the end zone that was kind of batted away. Just kind of, nothing there. I had high hopes for him. How are you feeling on the Alec Pierce thing right now?
Yeah, we don't want to overreact after just 1 week in the NFL. I mean, all sorts of stuff happened, but
you
got it, as you say it, you got to shoot straight. This guy is playing the outside. He's getting a ton of snaps. He should be getting a lot of opportunities. He is, quote unquote, right now our deep threat. He's somebody that if I think Shane Steichen believed in with his connection with Anthony Richardson, they would call very specific plays for him. Okay, I think we saw that with Downs. I think we even saw that with Pittman. They didn't do that with Pierce. Now, again, I'm not saying that's going to be his trajectory, or I'm not saying that's where the end result is. I still think this guy can be a home run or bust kind of player. But unfortunately, week one, we saw the bust, and it wasn't good.
It's interesting. You hear the rumors of the Colts, the trade talks with Taylor, and one thing that's come up steady now multiple times, as Schefter just reported the other day with Christian Watson, receiver. You hear Jalen Waddle, receiver. The Colts know that they do not have an elite receiver on the roster or a very high-end receiver on the roster. It's going to be a problem long term. I mean, we got to figure that out, and someone's got to step up. Josh Downs, we knocked him to the Colts a long time ago. We're high on him. Man, if Pierce could find a way to kind of develop, and it's just one game, but he's got to step up this year, big time for the Colts. Anything else you were kind of keeping your eye on?
You look at the snap count, and again, I think that tells some things as well too. And you talk about receiver. Well, McKenzie only got one snap, which is kind of mind-boggling to me. This is a guy that they kind of targeted early, got free agency, and they're pretty thin on receiver. So are they just going to roll with these top three guys? And if that's the case, that puts them pretty thin. And is he going to be a disgruntled vet? On the other side, you look at the defense. You see Zaire Franklin played 100% of the snaps. So is he ever going to come out? You see they only really played three cornerbacks. So they never really went into a dime package, didn't really have much extra safeties beyond the top two guys. So you start looking at this stuff and you wonder, okay, is this what they're going to do? And then what happens when guys start getting banged up, start getting hurt? I'll keep saying this. We're not overreacting after 1 week, but there are some things here when you look at the amount of snaps these guys are getting. It's telling you where they have their confidence right now and what they're trusting. It appears that they were in base and nickel the entire game. And they only trust three cornerbacks. Maybe that'll change if Brent gets to play. Hopefully everything's all right with his family. Heard he had some family issues.
Yeah.
But who knows what's going on here? Nick Cross, who I loved last year coming out of the draft, I think only got one snap. So there's a lot of this kind of stuff that I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, it's interesting, obviously. And some of those snap counts can kind of flip-flop week to week. And obviously the big one I think we're going to be keeping our eyes on, that running back position. And we talked about it last week, and I don't want to hammer that too hard. But at the end of the day, for the Colts, Deion Jackson is not the answer as our starting running back. We hope that Zach Moss can get back in. He did some nice things for the Colts last year. What do you think? I mean, he just did not grade out well on PFF and some other things I'm seeing.
Yeah.
What do you think is the solution for the Colts moving forward there in the short term?
Well, hey, I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he's wonderful. I don't want to knock him for being a person, but that was one of the worst running back performances we have seen in a long time. And to me, you just can't trust this guy. This guy's going to be someone that's he's got to work his way back into the good graces. So they got to go and find out, hey, is Zach Moss going to be ready? If Zach Moss isn't, what's the status on Evan Hall? Do we go find a running back right now just to get him in here? Because they need somebody. It's going to be impossible for them just to put all this pressure on Anthony Richardson. They got to be able to run the ball. I think the offensive line did okay. That's a tough matchup again. Jacksonville's got a good front seven. I think they did okay. I'm not gonna praise them. I'm not gonna knock them. To me, this was about a running back, and they've got to find somebody. He just can't be an NFL running back right now. It was that bad of a week.
Yeah. One thing, I guess, looking back is kind of just maybe putting a nail in the coffin on the week. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars, again, they could be a legit contender in the AFC this year. And the Colts really took them down to the wire, and they do what young teams do, which is they fumbled away at the end. And that's what the Colts did. But we weren't out-coached, I didn't think. And the quarterback situation, Richardson played well enough to win. And I think as fans this season, we're gonna be able to watch that growth, and even if the wins and losses don't quite stack up. But hey, man, optimism is still there. Colts going to prepare for the Texans this coming week, so long week ahead. Going to be excited to see what else comes out. And anything you got to say to close us out?
No, I think again, 24 hours. Sometimes you see things differently. You change your mind,
Yeah.
or some of the emotion wears off. To me, this was all the same good stuff that we've been seeing. As Colts fans, Colts Nation, we got to get excited behind this team. They're moving in a good direction. Still a long process. We're not declaring any victory yet. They lost the game, like you said. They're a young team, but this is something to look forward to. And I think they got a great chance to get their first win against the Texans coming up.
Yep, I agree. Let's see, guys. Comment below what your thoughts are. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.